Well, challenge issued and challenge answered. Pete Nixon running out to the ring to face Hank Cartwright. His brother Tom getting out of the ring, and I can't say I blame him. Pete Nixon, the big man, just taking out Hank Cartwright, and out he goes to catch his breath and regroup with his brother outside the ring.
As you see, Big Pete Nixon, my man, was sitting in the back. As you see him grab Hank Cartwright, hits him with a cookie sheet. Pete eats cookies bigger than that in jail. I'll tell you what, he's in there, he's wrestling. I don't like this Hank Cartwright. You know, he's out there jaw-jacking, doing his thing, thinking he's the toughest man. We're not friends of anybody in this stupid town. But I'll tell you what, Big Pete Nixon wanted to fight because it seems strange. Last month, Dark Star couldn't make it. And it seems now that this time, Solitude had a problem. I mean, they need to find a better mechanic or something because, you know, when they can't make it to shows, we can't rightfully have matches that aren't scheduled, and they can't win the titles back.
Well, once again, the men who are scheduled to take on Donald Brower Enterprises mysteriously meet with an unfortunate fate. Matthias Wallace, what are your thoughts on that?
It seems that the Enterprise is cowering in their shoes because they do not want Darkstar and Solitude in the same building, but taking nothing away from this bedlam brawl that's happening right now, going all over the arena as Nixon is beating down Cartwright and drags him right into the ring.
This is just like a prison yard brawl, and I'll tell you what, Hank Cartwright could be this big, bad, masked, tough man, want to fight people. Let me ask you, if you're in a prison brawl, who are you going to take? A guy who wears a mask or a guy who's been in jail for most of his life?
Well, in a street fight like this, you really can't bet against Big Pete Nixon, even though it looks like Hank Cartwright is getting in a few shots, and a kick to the side of the head sends Nixon down on his back, rolling toward the ropes. Hank won't let up, though. Goes for a quick cover with a 1-2, and the power by Big Pete Nixon just sends Cartwright out of the ring. Pete Nixon has got that big cookie sheet. Looks like he's used to having cookies on that sheet, however. Cartwright runs around trying to escape Big Pete Nixon. Escapes into the ring. Not usually something that you'll see people trying to escape into the ring. Tries a shoulder block by Cartwright, and Cartwright gets hung up on the ropes, and a big hangman choke.
Big Pete Nixon taking his time, methodically stomping on this man. Just completely destroying this man. Big headbutt there. Monster headbutt by this man. This man right now, I'm going to say, Playboy Marco Shields is the future world champ. Dan the Man, Cruiserweight champ. Andrew Anderson, the Reinforcer. Carnage, my associate. But I'll tell you what, the one that scares me the most when he gets that look in his eye is this big man, Pete Nixon. Because I'll tell you what, you see that look on his face, you're not sure what you're going to be able to get out of him. Because I'll tell you what, he scares even me a little bit, and he works for me.
Well, Hank Cartwright right now just in a world of trouble. He's got that cookie sheet laid on his chest, and Nixon just stomps it deeper into his chest cavity. Now has it laid on his head. What's he going to do here? And a second stomp. That cookie sheet just now bears the shape of Hank Cartwright's head.
Sorry, guys, for the lack of silence, but I just got back, and it says that Darkstar is ready to make war on anyone who he faces tonight, and that includes whoever that the Enterprise has lined up for him tonight. But here, as we're finishing up calling this match, Pete Nixon just falls down. Cartwright is not going to lay down.
It's funny you should mention war, because if Darkstar wants to go in the battle so bad, since he was too good to come last month, I think he'll face, one of the Riders of the Apocalypse. Who could it be? Oh, we'll have him face war tonight in a, no-holds-barred match.
Someone's going to make war, as we're noticing what Cartwright is doing to Nixon's. I can't bear to look. Sean.
War, what is it good for? I guess Darkstar is going to find out later tonight after this match where, Pete Nixon, poor Pete Nixon, just gets tattooed with that huge steel chair. Hank Cartwright is he calling for another chair? He's already got two in the ring. Looks like he's just yelling at random passers-by, anyone unlucky enough to get the good seats at ringside here. Hank Cartwright is dragged out by Pete Nixon and takes a couple of shots for his trouble.
I'm surprised Nixon is even on his feet right now, but here he scoops up Cartwright for a slam. Where he's going to put him? Oh, right on the concrete floor. That's got to damage Cartwright's back.
Big Pete Nixon just toying with this local yokel punk. Stepping up on the apron there, and this has got bad news written all over it for Hank Cartwright, and I love it. Big Pete Nixon with the splash off the ring apron right there. I'll tell you what, Hank Cartwright, his brother maybe need to go back and get a little shovel there and scrape him up.
300, 400 pounds, call it what you will, all coming down onto the chest of Hank Cartwright. Pete Nixon's slow to get to his feet, and I can't say I blame him. That big of a man, you're going to take some damage yourself when you start running off of the apron like that. Climbs back into the ring to try to beat the 10 count. He's taking a strange way in, and a chair to the back by his brother Tom Cartwright, trying to make up for some of the damage that Hank has taken during this match. Pete Nixon has gone crashing into the ring.
Well, if Hank Cartwright needed any more motivation or help to win this match, looks like he's going to get it as the winner of this street fight. As he goes for, looks like, is he going for an elbow? Do something. The man just got laid out with a chair and a flying leg drop off the ropes.
As you see, Tom Cartwright wants to interfere. Did he not interfere first? Did Tom Cartwright interfere first?
Yes, he did.
It doesn't matter. Tom Cartwright interfered first, and here you see my men just evening it up. That's all we're doing. We play fair. I don't know about you. And as you see, Playboy and Dan setting him up. Cracks the chair right across the throat. Oh, poor Hank Cartwright. That's what happens when you get for cheating. And as you see, Playboy Marcus Shields and Dan the Man just helping out their buddy and Donald Barrett with Pete Nixon. We got a 1, 2, 3. Hank Cartwright has lost, and I'll tell you what, for his interference and for trying to cheat here when all we are about is fair play, Hank Cartwright and Tom Cartwright are suspended indefinitely.